Quiet on set.
So this shit just runs?
How's the proper way to pronounce your last name?
Mirarchi.
Mirarchi?
Yeah.
Mirarchi.
Mirarchi.
Because I always call him Mirarchi.
Well, I mean, that's the normal, because it's an easy way to say it. C-H-I, you would think it's a chi, but it's not. It's a K, that's a hard K.
I mean, you should mispronounce it and have it corrected. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So anyway, we have Anthony Mirarchi on the show today, and he's going to share a story. Tell me that story about Rizzo's statue in the junkyard that you told me last night.
So we've been involved with, there's a contingent of Italians in the Italian community that are involved in, you know, kind of what's going on with the statue, with the Rizzo statue first, the mural, and
Those
then like
people,
with
those
Columbus.
people are passionate, man. Like,
Yeah,
they reach out
like
to
the South Philly people are
Those
very
people
involved.
care.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they feel like that their history is being coming under attack. And I tell them to go. I tell the time. We'll let you talk about it. But I tell them all the time. I'm like, listen. I'm like, just be careful with yourselves. Don't get yourselves in trouble. And they're like, no.
You get fired up.
They're like, no. This is what. No. And I'm like, okay.
They're fired up, man.
All right. I just tell them I appreciate it. Don't do anything to hurt yourselves. But they're like, no. Like
It's
pretty much.
it's like pride, dude. It's
Oh
like,
no,
it's
it
pride for
is.
Italian community.
And once when they respond to you, like you know that, I'm like, all right, well then do what you got to do.
Yeah, man, that's what they're all about, man.
I say thanks, I appreciate it, you know, but
You need more of that passion.
You do.
more people need
So
that.
I've been, you know, there's an Italian, obviously a strong Italian community down in South Philly. I have a lot of cousins down there. Like I kind of know what's going on with the community, arguments they're putting up and stuff like that. So between the Rizzo statue, the mural, and now it became Columbus, and then the three cops that got, you know, there were three Italian cops.
Yeah, but what's the three Italian cops about? What they got to do with it?
Well, for me, the way I believe it, the way I see it, it's an attack on the Italian community. That's what's going on. Right?
What happened?
So it was Bologna. It was I forgot the other two guys' name. Or whatever. There was three Italian cops. They were involved in controlling the riots or the protesting, and they got pinched up for stupid things. Like they got in trouble for things that were not necessarily a crime. They didn't do anything wrong. But they're being attacked.
Wait for citations for the actual
Exactly.
So exactly.
People are burning things down, but these cops are doing their job. Are getting pinched up.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
And pinched for you non-criminals out there means being
So-
brought up on
Right.
charges or something.
So through the grapevine in the Italian community, there's a consensus of majority of the people in South Philly that Kenny hates Italians. Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen, I'm not going to come out and say that, but it certainly feels that way.
Okay.
And I don't know if it has something to do with,
that is a strong sentiment that I get from the South Philadelphia Italian
Of
community.
course. It's hard not to feel that way.
The Irish and the Italians are always fighting. So tell us about the statue. What they did. Tell me exactly the way you told me yesterday, man. Exactly the way how they ripped how the three crane companies are called.
Yeah.
Start from there and then end up where you guys.
I forget exactly how
You told me about when they were trying to hire the cranes,
right?
And two companies shut them down.
Shut them down.
So tell me, start from there.
So basically, what happened was I ended up getting.
Did you hear this part with the cranes?
No.
Yeah. So
lawyers.
So I get a text message out of nowhere from somebody I know, but they got a picture from somebody they wouldn't tell me who it was. So now it's been all over Facebook. Now I'm sure you've seen. You may have seen it at this point. I don't know.
The statue laying down.
Laying on the flatbed.
I've seen that.
I got it as soon as it happened. I think I was like, I don't want to say the first one, but I was one of the first people that saw it. So they were like, "Yo, listen, we got a picture of it. We don't know exactly where it's at. The person that took the picture doesn't want to relinquish all that information, whatever." So I'm like, all right. Well, I have a buddy of mine. Again, I don't want to say his name, but he has a prominent auction house. And he's involved. He knows all the junkyards and this and that around the city because his family's been.
I know a couple of them.
Yeah, so they've been around.
One guy's dead, but he was a good guy.
Yeah, so I said it to him, and I'm like, "Hey, listen, can you identify?" Because there was like a building in the backyard. There was like trucks. I'm like, "This has to be identifiable. Somebody that knows that business."
Definitely, absolutely.
So I sent it out to him, and he's like, "I think I might know where it's at." He's like, "Gonna make a couple phone calls." So we were like, "Listen, we just want to make sure that the statue's okay and it's not being damaged. And it is what it is."
Yeah, exposed to the elements.
Yeah, right.
What a disgrace.
So I make some phone calls, and he's like, he does his thing on the back end. He's like, "Listen, I think I know where it's at. Let me try to make some phone calls." In the meantime, Zach, I forget exactly where I went with all this, but after I got that picture, and then there was another family, not a family, but like a very close family, somebody we know very closely. We went to his house, and there was somebody there that was at the party. And he was like, "Yeah, you know what? They asked. He has a crane company. He's got like a I don't know if it's excavation, but it's like a crane. He's got cranes, and that's like what his work is. You know what I mean? So they called him, and he said we denied it. And he said there was another group that got asked to do it. They denied it. So finally, I guess, Kenny found somebody to, it was dirty work.
Who was the crane company?
It was,
for the people,
I don't know,
you know?
I know the name, but I don't want to name exact names.
Alright, okay.
So,
That's work, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's business.
it's somebody from my parish. It was a family from my parish. So, so they ended up denying it, whatever. So we go through this whole thing. I forget exactly what I was like telling you last night, but we basically.
So when you told me, so when you let up, you told me the story how they ripped it down with the crane companies, and they brought it to the junkyard, and you just thought it was gonna be left for a hell, and you contacted somebody from.
Well, we thought they were gonna melt it down. That's what we thought.
Yeah,
we were just trying to protect.
I got those phone calls about they're gonna melt that statue down today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, what? I gotta deal with this shit now. The day I got the call that the statue was going to be melted down, my mom and my uncle were both in surgery at different hospitals, unconscious. And I'm like, great, here we go, just me, awesome, you know? And so like, I think he was, I don't know if he was here at work or whatever, but I spent the day on the phone, like being like, okay, well, I gotta just do what I can do here.
Yeah.
Because Kenny would melt that statue down just for
the spite,
and for like his, look what I did, I melted the fucking statue.
Yeah, right.
And the thing is, I have a very good, I've always been able to predict the future, sort of. And I said the week before to someone, I said, look, someone's got to make sure that we know where that statue is so they don't melt it down for publicity. Because Kenny will come out with, before like we know anything, guess what, the statue will be fucking melted down, and they'll be able to use that, and they'll get one over on us. I said that to like numerous people the week before when things were going on. And I was kind of kidding, but not really, because I could see that. Because like if he needs something to go to, like I know the Rizzo statue now.
Sure.
Yeah.
You never know people like that. They have no integrity, so you can't put anything past them.
No.
And like when people like that like they get the jump on you, then it's sort of like
Yeah. So tell me.
Well, so all the same people that were involved with trying to protect the statue from the get-go. Even 4 years ago, when this whole mess started 4 years ago, and then the mural, all that stuff. The same people that are now involved with the whole Columbus situation, right? This is
they knew that was the progression.
Yeah, of course. Listen, to me, it's clearly an attack on Italians. That's my own personal opinion. Nobody's told me that. I mean, but just look at what's going on. The Rizzo statue 4 years ago, they tried to go after it. They finally got it. They were talking about the mural. They finally went down 9th Street. They got everybody signed.
Hold on, Anthony. Let's stop right there. I do want you to tell me exactly before we go into the Columbus statue because it's a bigger story. But just reiterate what was how did the mural go down so quick?
The mural was they went down 9th Street. All the stores.
Who's dead?
I guess it was the city. I guess somebody within the city, whatever. Yeah. So they went and got or maybe it was a petition, whatever they did. They went and got vendors from all the store owners down there, and they basically said they're okay with taking it down, take it off. So that's essentially what happened. So they went and signed. Some people denied they didn't want to sign or whatever, but they got the majority of people. And then the guy in the building that it was on, right? They went to him and he didn't fight it. Obviously, he's not gonna fight it because it's mob rule right now. He doesn't want to get jammed up, you know what I mean? So he's like, so he's just okay. You guys want to take it down? Take it down.
Jammed up. That's another prison term, ladies and gentlemen. I might know a guy.
Third one today.
Yeah, this is good. We're giving you a street education here, brother.
So then we go to the Columbus statue.
Yes.
Did you want to add anything about the mural or no? Did you want to add anything about
it? Was funny. Did you see what they did when they painted that?
No. What did they do to it?
They left the eye open. Did you see that before they covered it all over?
It's all purple.
They left
Illuminati?
Wasn't Illuminati. I think it's more the. So in Italian is the malocchio. It's like evil eye. So when they painted it, I think they purposely left that thing open. And they took a picture of it. And then they covered it over.
No, there's no coincidences.
Yeah, it was totally. That's an Italian thing. And they're like, we got to take it down. I'm like,
I'll tell you right now, he's right. Yeah.
So anyway, so that same contingent of people that were in charge of that or working on that thing from very early on, like 4 years ago, now they're involved with
what happened. Like 4 years ago, what happened was when it started with I think 4 years ago was Helen Jim, and then they had that guy from Black Lives Matter with the Klan hood. That's when it all started.
I don't even know who was really involved the first time around.
Now, the first time around, it was, I think, I might be wrong, I think, it was Helen Jim.
Yeah, Helen Jim is probably, I'm sure she was involved.
Maybe she was 2017, regardless. It was 2016, 2017. They sent that guy from Black Lives Matter, the rabble-rouser, out, and he put the Klan hood on my grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
And that, by the way, led to some of my greatest public work.
I do remember that.
When I said, like, when I called him up on the phone, when he was on the news, and I called him live on the air, and I said, do you have a job? like the first thing I said to him was like, "Do you have a job?" When they gave him on the phone, and then in the article I referenced the rap music. Like that's like, I mean, I've done a lot of like, you know, that. I try to get like inside jokes in with my friends, like every time I do like some sort of like public appearance.
Somebody that knows you knows what you're trying to do.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like I'm joking about the rap music for years, and I actually got it in, and I got it printed.
Perfect.
You know, I got when I said the rap
Feels
music.
good when you do that.
I don't know if I said it on the like live on the air because I didn't see because I wasn't watching. Obviously, I was on the phone, but like when they actually printed it in the article that I said like. They're like, well, what was your conversation with him like? And I said, well, it wasn't really. I said I couldn't really understand anything he was saying because he was just repeating things that he's heard in the rap music. And the fact that I said the rap music, when that aired or that printed or whatever happened, my phone blew up like somebody died. You know, and I must have had like 200 texts that said the rap music in quotes. You're great, and like you know, and yeah. To this day, people say like that's the best thing you've ever done. Okay, well, you know, okay.
Nice little jab.